Hello guys, we had way bit of a technical thing going on there, but we're live now, so it's all good, and it's funny because it's quite prevalent to tonight's topic, which is the law of rhythm. And it's funny how the universe is so precise when I'm talking about the law of rhythm. Something like this happens because it's going to be a really good talking point, because I go live here at 9 p.m. and it's always 9 p.m. except for tonight. We had a technical glitch with the computer and the internet and had to reboot the computer. But look, things happen sometimes, guys, and that's the thing we're talking about tonight. Things happen, and there's ebbs and flows. There's ebbs and flows. The law of rhythm. It's a universal law, and it's part of life, whether you know about it or not. It is part of life, and hopefully by after tonight, and as many topics we're talking about here, all these things we're talking about is so important and so prevalent in basically understanding how your universe is, how it's made up, and then understanding how you can use that to your ability to live your absolute best life. Because guys, the law of rhythm is so key, and anyone that's watching this, guys, you should watch it right from the start, because I was talking about the intro there and it was really relevant. So anyway, go back and watch that rather than repeating it. I'll just continue on. So the law of rhythm, guys, is one of those things that is just so key and so important. And yeah, hi Mark, there you are. Exactly. So we conquer, we rise above no matter what happens. Just like I'm going to talk about tonight. If you're watching this now, you probably missed the start there because of the way this works. If you're live, if you're on the replay, you're watching it right from the start, which is awesome. And by the way, if you're watching this live, put in 1. If you're watching the replay, put in 2. And love to see your comments and you communicating with each other, etc. So how this is so funny, and how this happened tonight when we're normally on here at 9 and we had this technical issue. And we persevere, guys. We get on regardless. We rise up, and we just show up in life because we have a choice. Like, I could have literally went, oh my God, this is, what the fuck's happening with this internet? And I just thought, look, it is what it is, right? It is what it is, and let's fix it, and fix it as quick as possible, because I'm to go live here at 9, and it's always 9, and during the week, Monday to Thursday, always happens. But when I talk about the law of rhythm, which is one of the universal laws, the universe is so it's infinitely wise and infinitely full of wisdom, and it's actually humorous. And the fact that I'm talking about law of rhythm, I attracted the law of rhythm here in this, because the one night I'm talking about it, what happens? The pendulum swing, there's something happens. So this is the thing, guys. Life is one of those beautiful experiences, but we have to know and understand all these different universal laws that we're talking about, and how they all play a part. And if you want to live your best life, you need to understand your mind. You need to have a really strong mindset, because your mind literally creates your life, guys. And I say this so often because the more you hear this, the deeper it goes into your psyche and into your subconscious, and the more then you realize it, and then the more you act on it, because you'll not act on something unless you truly have it on board and go. It's part of like who you feel. You understand it. You feel this is who you are, and you understand, right? Okay, I need to make this a priority. I need to make my mindset and my mind a priority, because it's creating my life every day, and it's also working in unison with these universal laws. And the better I understand them, which is a part of life. Universal laws are omnipresent. They are 24/7. They never go to sleep. They are 24/7 all the time. Like the law of gravity, guys, doesn't decide to go to the shops and go to sleep for a while. It's constant. Just like the law of rhythm, just like all the laws we've talked about in the last number of episodes. Just I'm going to probably finish off this week on universal laws. There's other ones I could talk about, but I've talked about some of the more important ones in these episodes, e.g. the law of rhythm, and the law of vibration. And if you go back to my other episodes, guys, you'll see them: the law of vibration, the law of cause and effect, the law of perpetual transmutation. But this one tonight, the law of rhythm, as you can see here, guys, this is like a pendulum. I drew this. Obviously, this is like it's going through in like a pendulum, right? But this is how life is, right? And if there's any ladies on here, you'll understand this straight away when I say something, because every lady goes through a time of the month, right? So you know, that's obviously, you all know that, but that's a rhythm thing. It's a law of rhythm. It's a, you know, a cycle you go through. But the thing is, ladies, you aren't the only people that basically experience the law of rhythm. It's all relevant right throughout life in every area. The sea, right? You go to the beach, what happens? The waves come in, the waves go out, the waves come in, the waves go out. Now there's different cycles for different things. So obviously we're talking about ladies, and there's quite a few on here tonight on the chat here, you know, and you could be watching it and the replay, that you understand the cycle that you go through every month, right? But the thing is, that's a month. Whereas if you go to the beach, it's not a month till the water comes in, the water goes out. You know what I mean? It's not a month. It happens very quickly. But there's different cycles in life. And men, believe it or not, go through cycles. Just like you do, the rhythm of moods and swings. It's part of life. And this is what I'll get to the point here of how important strengthening your mind is, because the law of rhythm is part of life, whether you like it or not. It's part of life. So you've got, like, for example, at the minute, you've a pandemic. And this is a really good thing to understand for many reasons and many levels, guys, because this too will pass. See, this thing that we have here at the minute, this pandemic, it's just something that every so often something happens. There's been bird flu, there's been swine flu, there's been SARS, etc. There's been different recessions. It just happens, guys. It's part of life. It's why we have the wind and the seasons. No, there's all these different things in the law of rhythm. And yes, exactly, Breeds. Men have moods too, and women have moods, because you know the thing where people are saying, oh, it's her time of the month. But the thing is, guys, men and women, everybody has moods. But this is the key point I want to get to, right? So there's that whole comical thing about, you know, it's her time of the month. But you can say to the guy, that's his time of the month. That's only if they don't have a strong mindset, guys. It's people, and this is just how it is. This isn't a judgment. This is just a fact. If you have a strong mindset, no matter what happens, just like right now, we're going through a pendulum swing of one of the longer swings. You don't get these epidemics or pandemics or recessions like happening every month, even every year. These usually happen every, you know, if you're talking about a recession, it's in around, they say, average 10 years. Every 10 years there's a recession. The stock market goes up and down a lot faster, but that's because it's in a different cycle. So there's so many cycles. But the key thing to understand here, the key thing to understand is that everything goes up, down, and so it will pass. It always has to. If something that you think is not so good is happening, then the true fact of understanding the laws of the universe and the law of rhythm is that there's a really positive thing coming. If something like this is happening, that means whenever this passes, it's going to be amazing. But also, because that's the pendulum swing, you know what I mean? If it's going to what the so-called negative side, then it has to then swing to the positive. But this is the key thing, guys. Yes, that's true of what I just said. But the key thing here is we always have a choice, no matter whether we're in the time of the month, guys. You know, you ladies out there, you can still choose, right? Understand, right? Okay, I have a pendulum swing, this cycle thing. I can, instead of, like, when I know that's happening, I have a choice every day to show up as in a positive mood, etc. Just like a guy can when he's having his cycle like that. A guy can go, look, this is part of life. It's not just ladies, it's men, women, it's property, it's whatever cycle that I mentioned there, the sea, getting in and out. It's part of life. And this pandemic at the minute, the recessions. But the thing is, when these things happen, we have a choice. And this is where having, you know, working on your mindset. Like, look, I'm showing up here every day, 9 p.m. usually, but just tonight, the universe is having fun tonight because we're talking about the law of rhythm. It was saying, right, Mark, you're talking about the law of rhythm. Are you going to show up and get this sorted and get on here regardless? Yes, of course, because I study this stuff and I apply it. I'm a mentor of it, so obviously I'm going to do that. So the thing is, we're going to have challenges, guys. We're going to have things that happen in life, but we have a choice of how we're going to react or respond. We have the choice to decide, right, I may not be feeling so good today for whatever reason, but I'm going to choose to lift my mood. I'm going to choose to be in the best possible vibration in terms of how, I'm going to do things to make myself show up in the best possible way today. We have a choice, because you could actually let that mood affect you, and you could just be like, oh, this is my time of the month or whatever it is, and you could just let it affect you. Or this crisis is happening, oh my god, I'm just going to get into doom and gloom. Or you can choose, but this only happens, guys, if we have worked on our mindset on a regular basis, just like going to the gym. It's why my mentorship clients are buzzing and bouncing and just having, going through this, like quantum leaping and just on, working, they're just armed like for a time like this, because they can show up in the best possible way, even in times like this, because they're constantly working on themselves and the programs we have, the mentorship, etc. But I'm showing up here in these live streams, guys, to help you guys that aren't working with me personally, to, in some way at least, to get this information in some level and start to use it and start to apply it in your life. That's why I'm coming on here each day, because you got to do it in repetition. You can't just show up some days and then just like, and a brilliant example of that is like going to the gym. If you train one day and then you're like, oh, I'm not going to train for another few days, you're not going to get a good body result from that. It's repetition. It's working in this stuff continuously that gets results. So guys, and like I've said so much there that explains it, so we'll really just finish off on that. And like, even when you talk about, there's actually airline companies that understand this, that they are able to work with pilots when they're feeling like this. But if the best, and they don't let them fly when they're going through one of their cycles. But the thing is, because obviously they want them in the best possible way when they're flying a plane. But the best thing they could do is work on their mindset, so no matter what mood or cycle they're in terms of the law of rhythm, that they're going to show up anyway, because that's mindset work. But then it's something that's only really getting out there. People like myself, and now starting to teach this, and you guys have the opportunity that is on here. By the way, if you want to reach out to me and speak to me, I'm having calls with people to help them. If you want to have a one-to-one call with me, message me direct on here. I'll probably get a link or something that'll be something you can click on. But for now, you just message me on here through my page if you want to have a chat with me. And yeah, so start applying this stuff, guys. It's really important. If you just show up here, which is better, if you're showing up here every day and taking the information I'm sharing these quick live streams, that's pretty amazing, because you're getting information that's really going to help you to start thinking differently, and you're doing it every day. But the thing is, guys, you got to start applying this. It's in the application of this that your life starts to change, and that's very key. So well done for showing up. Well done if you're showing up here every day, more so. But it's an application, guys, that you get results. So thanks for your participation, guys. We are normally on here at 9 p.m. Only the law of rhythm and the universe was playing a wee game tonight. So that I was actually in a real life example of what what you want to do in law of rhythm. You regardless, you show up, and you basically, because we have a choice to decide in every second, no matter what, how we're going to show up and how we're going to feel, and it comes from your mindset. So that's where you can go through pandemics like this, you can go through recessions, and you can still thrive. No matter what the situation or time is. Like right now, it's one of those times where you can either survive or you can thrive, and it's all down to your mindset and understanding this stuff. So with that, guys, we'll finish off. So thanks there. There's loads of great comments from you guys. There's Andrea, Caroline, Geraldine, good to see you. Claire, Breach, Carrie, Eileen. Awesome, great to see all you guys. Thanks for your comments. Put in a gratitude thing before you leave. If you're on here live, just let's do that every day to build a gratitude muscle. And yeah, that's that, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. All right, all the best, guys. We've got a great interview on Friday, by the way, and watch this from the start. If you missed the start of this, watch this from the start. With a great interview on Friday, 7 p.m. But I'll see you 9 p.m. Monday to Thursday. It's always 9 p.m. tomorrow. All right, guys. Have an awesome one. Talk soon.